I defended my first proposal in the fall of 2019. So my expectation was that I was going to collect my data and defend in spring of 2020. We all know that something major happened in this country.
Tonight, coronavirus exploding coast to coast.
Hundreds of thousands of Americans protested this week peacefully.
Having to redo my interviews, make sure they were all virtual, make sure that my participants felt supported virtually, and also maintaining my own mental health while dissertating and working full-time. It was definitely a challenge.
With having to navigate not only my research, but also being a full-time professional, it has been really difficult, but it has been extremely rewarding, and I'm truly blessed to be here.
This experience has really taught me resilience and to continue to rely and lean on and depend on the community around me.
To me, graduating from Howard University School of Education means pride. As an Afro-Latina, I feel as though I have been represented here and I have been able to give a voice to the voiceless, so I'm extremely proud of that.
The rituals, the long walk, the legacy. Graduating from the School of Education means we lead from the front. This is making history, and I'm so very grateful to be a part of it. I think I'm ready to take on the world after being a Howard University student.
I really grew up here, and just to look back on my experience is just so heartwarming. And I'm excited for the woman that I am today, standing before you, and I'm just so thankful to the School of Education for that.
I'd like to send my sincerest thank you to the leaders of Howard University, and more importantly, I'd like to send my thank you to the faculty who've supported, challenged me, and carried me all through this program. Special mention to the Dr. Sasonia Jones and the rest of the faculty in the School of Education. Thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart.
I would like to send my sincerest thank you to the Howard University administration. I would like to say thank you to the School of Education, specifically Dr. Freeman. You have always been there for me with your door open, regardless of how busy you've been, and I'm so thankful to you for that. And also a major shout out to the school psychology faculty, Dr. Celeste Malone, my dissertation advisor, Dr. Gregory Reed, and Dr. Selman Elbador. You have really impacted my life in a positive way, and I'm forever grateful to you all.
Thank you to Howard University, the School of Education, and all the professors that have helped me along the way.
Welcome to the Howard University School of Education Virtual Honors and Awards Ceremony. It is my honor to bring greetings on the behalf of the School of Education faculty and staff. Welcome and thank you to Dr. Gregory Hutchins Jr. for accepting our invitation to bring an empowering message to our graduates. Thank you to the Honors and Awards Committee for your hard work in delivering a memorable occasion to us each year. And finally, thank you to the outstanding School of Education faculty and staff for your commitment and dedication to our students and maintaining a rigorous and relevant academic program. Now, congratulations to the graduating class of 2021. You did it. This unique year requires a unique approach to celebrate you. You have successfully completed that final paper. You persevered through the final exam. You have mastered Zoom presentations and meetings. Those comprehensive exams are a distant memory. You logged your final hours in your internship, practicum, and your student teaching. You passed that certification exam, and you successfully defended your doctoral dissertation. You did it. But alas, you did not do it alone. Your village has been with you during your academic journey. A Yoruba proverb states, "If we stand tall, it is because we stand on the backs of those that came before us." Graduates, wherever you are, please stand and salute your village that has supported you. Commencement is the ultimate alpha and omega moment, symbolizing your days at Howard University coming to an end and the start of your professional journey. You have chosen to study at Howard University for a variety of reasons. Maybe it was our dynamic faculty. Perhaps it was to be a student in an accredited and nationally recognized program. Or could it be that at some point in your education journey, you have come across one of our world-class graduates? Whatever brought you here, please know that you are now forever a part of our Bison family, which also means that you have adopted a deep commitment to fighting for social justice issues. We have great expectations of you, and we are here to support you. One of the strongest testaments of your preparation is how highly sought after you all are upon graduation. On this beautiful commencement day, many of our prospective graduates have professional offers and opportunities in the fall from prestigious graduate programs, K-12 school systems, and nonprofit and government agencies. To name a few, we have Ms. Kayla Kinsler of Human Development. She was accepted into the Masters of Public Health program at Brown University with a full scholarship. Kayla was also accepted into a summer research program at Stanford University. Ms. Destiny Freeman of Elementary Education will receive the Maryland Association of Teacher Educators Distinguished Teacher Candidate Award for the 2020-2021 academic year. This award has been established to recognize and honor those teacher candidates whose work in a clinical environment shows a commitment to student learning and to the practice of reflective, responsive teaching. Dr. Ashley Gray, our first PhD graduate of the Higher Education Leadership and Policy Studies program, was recently promoted to Senior Policy Analyst at the American Council on Education. Congratulations. Now, as we are concluding another academic year, we have recently been reminded of a racial legacy in this country that has continued to produce inequity in all forms of society. While we are often inundated with negative media images of our communities, we will be looking to your work to combat these issues and offer a perspective that is often not acknowledged or celebrated. I am making a public plea for you to be the activist, the leader, and scholar that I know you are. More specifically, be the educator that does not decouple racial justice from social justice, but see them as inextricably linked and imperative. Please know that through your teaching, leadership, research, service, and clinical care, you can make a difference. You have been equipped with the data, methodology, narrative, and disposition to be a leader and a change agent. Your work in the preparation of our youth is a responsibility whose weight is present today more than ever. You are stewards of the Howard mission, truth in service. Approximately 1/4 of this graduating class is doctoral students. I am reminding you to push past and through the disparaging discourse that attempts to cloud your vision and redirect your efforts. You have been trained as researchers, as knowledge producers. Policymakers rely on research to make decisions. Why can't it be yours? Through your training and advocacy, find a way to make them listen. This historic time creates an opportunity for our new normal to become more child-centric. This is our opportunity to recreate schools that really center around the well-being of the children that responds to their unique strengths and needs within the context of culture and community. As our next generation of educators, leaders, advocates, and activists, you don't have next, you have now. Graduates, let us not only continue to make history, let us be sure to make a difference. Onward and upward. Congratulations.
Pray. Congratulations to the 2021 graduates from the School of Education. The values of a society are taught and reinforced in the classroom. As our society sits on the brink of transformation in a post-pandemic world, the role of teachers and educators will be critical in ensuring that our young people understand the value of diversity and representation, equality and justice, truth and service. Thank you for your devotion to educating yourself so that you may educate and enlighten others. Congratulations on earning such a well-deserved degree.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing the rising
Greetings and blessings. I'm the Director of Graduate Studies here in the School of Education at Howard University. My name is Dr. Cristobal Rodriguez. I'm also an Associate Professor in the Department of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies. When I welcomed you at our orientations as graduate students, I spoke about the legacy that we drive and push here in the School of Education at Howard University. Now, while some of you think that the legacy we attribute too often is Brown v. Board of Education, and that we want to speak about the contributions of Thurgood Marshall in Brown v. Board, or the contributions of Mamie Clark and Kenneth Clark in testifying as experts in Brown v. Board. But the legacy really begins with Charles Thompson, Charles Hamilton Houston. Those were the faculty, the researchers, who gave rise to the folks like Thurgood Marshall and Mamie Clark. Those are the conversations as faculty that we drive to instill so that the legacy in moving forward is about the transformations that all of you as graduates, as researchers, as administrators, that you will do moving forward in transforming our society, our communities to improve access, opportunity, and equity in our educational systems, both here and globally. We are truly blessed by your work. But as Elijah Cummings said, you have come here to get blessed so that you can bless others. Congratulations, Howard Bison. We are proud of you. Congratulations, family. We are proud of you as well. We look forward to the transformation and seeing that legacy play out. Thank you, and keep celebrating moving forward.
Hello, fellow Bisons. My name is Evan Coleman, and I am a graduating master's student in the Howard University School of Education's Master's in Educational Leadership and Policy Studies program. Today, I'll be speaking with you about some of the aspects that made my experience at Howard so great. Through the standard course load, and particularly the practicum in school administration, I have received a job-embedded, standards-based education which has given me the confidence, knowledge, skills, and abilities to pursue my professional goals in educational leadership. Through my experience at HU, I was able to establish an extensive international learning network where I created and pursued my personal and professional educational objectives. The HUSOE faculty and staff showed the utmost support for my academic and professional interests. Not only did they help me to clarify my goals, the faculty and staff actively assisted me in achieving them. During my time at Howard University, I've had the privilege of meeting and working with some of the most passionate educators who are committed to improving the education system by putting students first. I have met colleagues and made great friends who I'll collaborate with for the rest of my life.
Hello, graduates, faculty, parents, family members, and friends of graduates of the School of Education. It is my great honor and privilege to give this address for such a momentous occasion. I'm a candidate for a Bachelor's of Science degree in elementary education, along with my classmates. I'm also proud to serve as the president of the School of Education's Student Council. I want to offer words of appreciation and acknowledgement today. First, thank you to our parents, families, and friends, and various support systems that are here today. I really want to take a moment to thank you all for being patient with us as students while we worked from home and for respecting our office hours. Second, I would like to thank the School of Education's faculty, administrators, and staff for showing leadership and support in teaching, research, policy, and practice as they have been with us over the years, months, and days. These last few years have evolved us from classmates to family to colleagues and soon to be graduates and alumni. Although we may have different majors and career goals, we are all working towards one commonality: bettering our respective fields of study. I'll be taking a few moments to reflect on some of the major highlights from our journey. First, our journey has been one of many surprises, twists, and turns. I'm sure that many of my fellow teachers and other candidates did not see themselves student teaching or presenting in front of a Zoom background. Being remote this past year has made me truly appreciate my time on campus much more than I thought I would. From coordinating meetups at parties to taking pictures of each other during golden hour, we truly made the most of our time together. One of my most treasured memories would have to be sophomore year, where we took our final exam for Dr. Jackson's class in Bus Boys and Poets, a local restaurant whose owner is a Howard alum. I'm sure that we all felt heartbroken when our time on campus was cut short, as we were totally remote last year. Nevertheless, we persevered and managed to finish out our classes strong. I just loved hearing the conversations that snuck into class when students accidentally unmuted themselves. Even though we are separated today, I can still feel our closeness as we gather in celebration of both our past as students and our future as graduates, alumni, and beyond. Conversations from our first year, when we saw ourselves as students in training in the education field and many other professions, seem like distant memories. And just look at us now, strong and determined as we continue to make our dreams realities. I am so proud to call you all my friends and colleagues. I look forward to seeing how we will all work to make our dreams realities as we better our respective fields. I thank you all for allowing me to speak to you today. I wish you nothing but luck, prosperity, health, and success. Thank you.
First, I would like to thank the School of Education faculty and staff for giving me the opportunity to speak to the Master's candidate students. Second, I would like to acknowledge Howard University for its mission and the support of faculty and staff for their work with students. Third, I want to thank all parents and families who are tuning in virtually. You should be proud of your graduate. Finally, but not least, I would like to thank my mom, my sister, dad, family, and friends in Maryland, Florida, and New York who have influenced me to be the woman I am today. And a big shout out to my sorority, Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated, founded at Howard University in 1908. To my fellow peers in school psychology, elementary education, secondary education, special education, and education leadership and policy studies. We have made it. We have mastered it. Despite the challenges we have encountered due to the pandemic and switching to virtual learning, we are able to push through and add MED behind our names professionally in 2021. The School of Education mission statement is as follows. We prepare transformational leaders as highly qualified teachers, reflective practitioners, effective administrators, and engaged research who influence educational policies and practice relevant to Black and other underserved populations. We empower individuals, schools, and communities, and we promote racial and social justice. Some of us today may have been educators for many years, while others may be new educators like myself. However, we must remember the School of Education mission statement as we go and practice as master-level educators. There are two things in the mission statement that stood out to me. We are leaving Howard University as qualified educators and one who have courses related to promoting social justice for Black and underserved groups in our curriculum. Amanda Gorman, a young African-American poet, once said, "We are here not to be the first, but to refuse to be the last." As educators, we must be the voice of the now and the future to change the education policies for Black and underserved groups. We must use our voice to speak out if we see something's wrong in our schools and community. We must support all students. However, we know that Black and brown students are at a greater disadvantage in the education system. Here are a few statistics from the United States Department of Education that saddens me. First, only 57% of Black students have access to full range of math and science courses necessary for college readiness in schools, compared to 81% for Asian American students and 71% for white students. And second, Black and Latino students are enrolled in only 29% of AP courses in schools across the United States, while white and Asian Americans youth compose of 70%. And third, African American students are often located in schools with least qualified teachers, teachers with lower salaries, and no-voice teachers. I decided to enter the education field to try to help Black and brown students and help reduce the racial and economical related inequalities in the education system. We must be in our field daily and do our part to honor the School of Education and Howard University mission statement. Let's be the voice of the now and the future. Congratulations again to my fellow peers. We have mastered it in 2021. Thank you.
To the class of 2021, I will earn my doctorate in educational leadership and policy studies, just like you will earn your diverse degrees in a few days from Howard University's School of Education. Let us take this time to thank your parents, family, and support systems in helping you to get you to this point in your lives. On a personal note, to my mom, friends, and loved ones, thank you. Thank you for never giving up on me, even when I wanted to give up on myself. I also want to thank all of the faculty and staff. It is due to your hard work and commitment to developing us as leaders and professionals that we stand here today, ready for any and all challenges that we may confront. I say thank you to the faculty and staff leading all three departments: curriculum and instruction, educational leadership and policy studies, and human development and psychoeducational studies. And a huge thank you to Dean Williams for your leadership and all of your support and guidance. The COVID-19 pandemic has permanently changed the way we counsel, guide, and lead within the field of education and so many other disciplines. What it has not done, however, is altered our dreams of positively impacting our communities. Research has shown that Black, brown, Indigenous, and people of color have suffered greatly during the pandemic, with high mortality and morbidity rates and poor economic conditions. When we look at P through 12 education, many students have suffered from remote learning and related poor living conditions. Now, more than ever, educators and human service professionals are needed for student and family support. We are needed to lead and to ensure that students receive high-quality education and support services. Though we may not be able to be on site to celebrate our achievements, know that we are permanently bonded as Howard University students and future alumni. We have had so many experiences, studying all day and night and interacting with our classmates, learning so many academic and life lessons from faculty and staff, like truth and service and giving back, working so hard and persevering, and earning and deserving this moment. Our time as Bisons, our mascot, at Howard University has prepared us to address the needs of our communities. Again, now, more than ever, we are needed. It is now our duty and responsibility to use the skill sets we have gained to address the needs of our youth, families, and communities. Decades after decades, we have seen the positive impact that Bisons can bring to our nation and the world. Let's keep the ball rolling. Congratulations, in conclusion, to all the graduates earning graduate and undergraduate degrees in so many specialty areas. We did it. And now our life's work has just begun.
It is my honor and pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of the faculty and entire Howard University community. Congratulations to the class of 2021 and those celebrating from the class of 2020 as well. I want to acknowledge the parents, grandparents, spouses, siblings, uncles, aunts, and other family members who've supported our graduates emotionally, financially, spiritually, and in every other way possible. They would not be here if it was not for your consistent support and encouragement to continue their path towards fulfillment of the journey that God has laid out for them. This has been a very challenging year as we've managed through a global pandemic, the greatest public health crisis of the past century, the disproportionate impact of COVID-19 on communities of color, as well as the turbulence of social justice issues and systemic racism reckoning in this country and around the world. Despite these challenges and the additional obstacle of being physically distant from classmates, faculty, and friends for a period of time, our graduates have persevered and remained focused on the goal. You have fought the good fight. You have kept your faith, and you have finished this race. While there are many more races and challenges in front of you, I'm confident that you will continue to be resilient, faithful, persistent, and successful, because that is what a Howard University education has instilled in you. Over this past year, many of us have lost friends, family, colleagues, and others who provided a source of inspiration, direction, or simply good advice as we continued along our paths. They will certainly remain with us in spirit and in our hearts. I ask that as you go on to do great things with your lives, that you remember them and that you make their legacy the impact that you will have on serving others to make this world a better place. I close with one of my favorite scriptures to you from the book of Jeremiah, chapter 29, verses 11 through 13. For I know the plans that I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Then you will call on me and come and pray to me, and I will listen to you. You will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart. God bless you, congratulations, and best wishes.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. You all will continue the Howard University School of Education's legacy of transformational leaders who unapologetically improve educational opportunities for African Americans around the world, as well as underserved communities across this country. A legacy that dates back to 1890 when Jim Crow laws segregated Black and white people across our country. And in spite of the hatred and the horrific conditions, we were still producing African American educational leaders who changed America right here at the real HU. Today, we celebrate each of you, and we know that you will contribute to our world and truly continue to make this a better place. We're in a dual pandemic right now. COVID-19 has changed our lives in so many ways, and racial tension continues to be exacerbated across our nation. I stand here today to plead with each of you to give everything that you have to dismantle this systemic racism in America and help us change the narrative for the next generation of educational leaders. You all are about to enter the world with your degrees, which I'm speaking to our people of color right now. Being smart, a person of color, and unafraid to speak your truth, it's a triple threat to America. And I'm here to tell you, you are a bison and ain't scared of nobody. And now, I have to tell you, I know we're at an educational institution, but it's okay for you to embrace my dialect right now. We must not go back to how things used to be. We must keep our eyes on tomorrow and not forget about our past. Don't forget the fact that our African ancestors were kidnapped, shackled, abused, and brought to America unwillingly. Don't forget that our black ancestors, they worked in fields and cooked meals and breastfed the master's children, and families were torn apart for generations to come. And don't forget that our black ancestors, in spite of these oppressive acts towards us, still became the first African-American physician in Jacksonville, Florida, like Alexander Darnes, who graduated from Howard University in 1880, or professors of Latin like James Monroe Gregory, who graduated from Howard in 1872, or people like our Madam Vice President, Ms. Kamala Harris, who is a proud graduate of HU. You are stepping into your destiny, and this Howard education has prepared you for greatness. On this journey, you must ensure that you surround yourself with positive energy and stay away from those haters, and you all know who I'm talking about. Those folks that can't stand the fact that you are walking in your purpose with your head high, and you get knocked down, but you get back up and you dust yourself off and you keep it moving. I remember when I was a first-year teacher back in 2000, and I told my principal, I want to be an assistant principal. I recall her looking at me and saying, but you're only a first-year teacher. You can't do that. Well, when anybody tells me there's something I can't do, I am quick to make it possible because I know who I serve. Well, I started working on my master's that very summer. 2 years later, I graduated. A year after that, I became an assistant principal. I also began my doctorate. Then I became a principal. Then I became a director in central office. And finally, I attained my dream job as superintendent at the mere age of 35 years old. I'm now finishing my 8th year as superintendent. And what if I listened to my former principal when she said, you can't do that? You must embrace your authentic self. You must maintain your confidence. You must not be arrogant, but you must know that you have the ability to literally change the world. You must keep your personal values close and never give in to the unethical behavior. And like our forever First Lady Michelle Obama said, when they go low, you must go high. And don't look back because it will only hinder you from continuing to move forward into your future and receiving those blessings. At times, we can be our worst critic with the negative self-talk and constantly rehashing negativity from others in our brains. You must speak positivity into existence. You must remember that your words are powerful, not only for yourself, but for others. Each of you deserves a seat at the table. And you must sit there knowing that you not only deserve to sit right there at that particular time, but you deserve to be at the head. As educational leaders, you have the ability to change this entire country. Education is one of the best careers on this earth, and I am confident that each and every one of you will make Howard University proud. An educational leader from HU must always advocate for young people, especially those that are marginalized and underrepresented. You must go the extra mile, even when the road you're trudging seems all uphill. And I'm speaking to some of my Alpha brothers out there. And as you work your way up to the top, don't forget where you came from. Always extend that hand to help the next person. And a special message to our Black, Indigenous people of color who happen to be educators out there. We must stay in this education profession so that we can continue to allow our young people to see themselves in schools and colleges and universities. We must make sure that we show our greatness so that they can actually believe they one day can be great too. Life is about working together and paving the way for others. Remember, somebody opened the door for you, and it is your duty and responsibility to reciprocate. Your Howard degree was achieved by your hard work and your dedication, and many before you made it possible in spite of the oppression, in spite of the opposition, in spite of the blatant racism that they endured. And I conclude by saying your success is determined by the young people's lives you changed during your journey. The tools that you've learned right here at Howard University will not only assist you in your educational journey, it will allow you to touch the lives of our next generation of game changers. And when your work is complete, I know that you will hear the words, "Well done." Congratulations to the class of 2021, and please continue to be legendary.
Hey everyone, my name is John Smith III, and this year I will be graduating from Howard University, earning a master's in educational leadership and policy studies. This will actually be my second degree from the university, as I previously studied sports management and played football as well. The reason why this degree and this program was so special and important to me was because we had experiences that really brought us within the classroom of how can we impact and affect the lives of our youth within our communities. These are our future leaders and innovators of tomorrow. And so being able to impact them as they become our decision makers for our lives as we get older means the world to me. Before I entered Howard University, I was someone who had no idea what to do with himself. I had no idea which direction I was going, no idea what I wanted to do. At the time, I only knew sports. And being around other people at the university, I was able to gain different insights and perspectives on how I can better myself and how can I break down the barriers and stop saying I can't and turn that into I can. Also, before I joined Howard University, or attended Howard University for that matter, I lost my mother to breast cancer. And that was truly the hardest thing that I ever had to go through. And along the educational process, I used that as my motivation going forward. Anytime I got down on myself, struggled with some type of test, or I just wasn't feeling like doing the work, that was the person who motivated me the most, because I wanted her to see me at the finish line. And so for a lot of us who may have lost someone close, please know that that person seeing you at the finish line is a major accomplishment. That person is proud of you. That person is glad that they're able to see you accomplish something that you set out to do. No matter how long it took, no matter the journey that you took to get here, you made it. You did it. It's tough to tell what a lot of us are going to do tomorrow. It's tough to tell what a lot of us are going to do 10 years from now. But I think it's safe to say that this Howard experience has taught us a lot, and it has made us prepared for anything that gets thrown our way in the near future. So to all my fellow graduates, good luck and congratulations for making it this far. We did it despite it being virtual, despite the challenges. We are here. So good luck to everyone, and thank you.
Graduates, congratulations on your success. I gladly present the 2021 Department of Curriculum and Instruction graduates. For the Bachelor's of Science in Elementary Education, I present the following graduates: Tiara Monet Barber, Rochelle Blair, Destiny Lusana Freeman, Nia Khalik Doles Gaskins, Jakai Marie Grooms, Jelani Angel Williams. For the Bachelor's of Science with a minor in secondary education, I present the following graduates: Kendall Fletcher, Tommy James Lawrence, Taylor Lawson, Esther Marie Dedre Okozie. For the Masters in Education and Special Education, I gladly present the following graduates: Jihad Allen Broussard, Kim Q. Christian, Thomas Patrick Squire II. For the Masters in Education and Elementary Education, I gladly present the following graduates: Tina Aqua,
Graduates, congratulations on your success. I gladly present the 2021 Department of Educational Leadership and Policy Studies. For the Masters in Education and Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, I gladly present the following graduates: Enolant Andosari, Iman Ibrahim Alhassan,
Hissa Nasser Al-Sube'e,
Evan Matthew Coleman,
Gabrielle S. Hall,
Randimes Gonzalez, Amber Rochelle Pope, Michael D'Angelo Russell,
John Haywood Smith.
For the Doctor of Education and Educational Leadership and Policy Studies, I gladly present the following graduates: Ambadiri E. Altrice, Maurice E. Asenquo, Barbara Boyke, Charles J. Gibbs, Mariam S. Lynch, Karen N. Shaw, Sophia Malegro Vega Amano, Dr. Amber Ordria Williams. For the Doctor of Philosophy and Higher Education, Leadership, and Policy Studies, I gladly present the following graduates: Dr. Ashley Lynette Gray,
Graduates, congratulations on your success. I gladly present the 2021 Department of Human Development and Psychoeducational Studies graduates. For the Bachelor of Science in Human Development, I present the following graduates: Ashley Henry, Kayla Jessie Kinsler, Stephanie Patrice Patterson, Makai Anya Stevens Pruitt, Janelle Townsend, Malika Olmuk, Shatil Weeks, Chantel Michelle Young. For the Masters in Education and School Psychology, I gladly present the following graduates: Hissa Althiabi, Sierra Elizabeth Brewer, April Clark, Ola Oluwa Joshua Olamiju, Jasmine Lavette Wedge. For the Doctor of Philosophy and Counseling Psychology, I gladly present the following graduates: Dr. Francis Adamako, Dr. Mark Tucker. For the Doctor of Philosophy in School Psychology, I gladly present the following graduates. Dr. Raji Janae Banks, Dr. Sarah Louise Cook, Jasmine Nicole Ledford, Dr. Monique Danielle Lewis, Nicole O'Brien, Fatima Tunsi, Lawrence Wilson.
Dean Williams, as the Academic Dean of the School of Education, it is my privilege to recognize our graduates who have demonstrated academic excellence throughout their tenure at Howard University. First, I'd like to recognize our undergraduate students who have earned the cum laude honor. The cum laude graduates have earned a 3.2 grade point averages or higher and will receive the gold medal of honor. Stephanie Patrice Patterson. Next, I would like to recognize our undergraduate students who have earned the magna cum laude honor. Magna cum laude graduates have earned a 3.5 grade point averages or higher and will receive the silver honor cord and the gold medal of honor. Magna cum laude Kayla Jessie Kinsler,
Nia Kalik Doles Gaskins,
Chantel Michelle Young. Now I would like to recognize our undergraduate students who have earned the summa cum laude honor. Summa cum laude graduates have earned a 3.8 grade point averages or higher and will receive the gold honor cord and gold medal of honor. Destiny Lucinda Freeman, Jaquel Murray Grooms, Chantelli Weeks, and Jelani Angel Williams. We would also like to recognize our graduate students who have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average. These graduates will receive the gold cord and gold medal of honor. 4.0 grade point averages: Tina Aquash, Ananad Adosari, Hissa Nasa Asube, Evan Matthew Coleman, Gabrielle S. Hall, Dr. Ashley Lynette Gray, Michael D'Angelo Russell, Dr. Sophia Melagros Vega Orimanio, Dr. Ambra Obria Williams. In addition, I would like to recognize graduates who are members of honor societies and professional organizations. The first honor society is Kappa Delta Pi. Kappa Delta Pi was established to foster excellence in education and promote fellowship among those dedicated to teaching. The founders chose the name from the Greek words to represent knowledge, duty, and power. Dr. Dina Khalil is the faculty advisor, and Dean Williams normally bestows the teal and purple honor cords. Congratulations. Next, I'd like to recognize a professional organization, the Student Council. Dr. Jerry Vance is the Student Council faculty advisor, and we'd like to acknowledge the following graduates. The School of Education Honor Societies, Kappa Delta Pi, Kayla Jesse Kinsler. Graduating Student Council members, Tiara Monet Barber. Nia Khalil Doze Gaskin. Jelani Angel Williams.
In the School of Education, the candidates will be presented by Dawn Williams, PhD, Dean.
Will the candidates for the degrees from the School of Education please stand? Mr. President, upon recommendation of the faculty of the School of Education, I have the honor to present these candidates to receive the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Master of Education, and Doctor of Education.
Candidates for the degrees of Bachelor of Science, Master of Education, and Doctor of Education, upon recommendation of the Dean and faculty, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of Howard University, I do now confer upon you your degree and certificate. With all the rights, privileges, and duties pertaining thereto, I direct that you be invested with the hood appropriate to this degree. Congratulations.
And now, the Howard University School of Education Alumni Creed. To the graduates of 2021, please repeat after me. As an alumna of the Howard University School of Education, I will at all times and in all places promote the good name and reputation of the Howard University School of Education. With dignity, I will demonstrate character and consciousness, exercise leadership, and strive to open new doors of opportunity for the generations behind me. I will assist the School of Education by recruiting worthy students, donating financial resources, and by speaking about Black and marginalized communities in an uplifting and empowering manner. Beginning today, as a son or daughter of this world-renowned institution, I wholeheartedly support the Howard University School of Education's future with my time and treasure. This I do pledge.
I am Sofia Vega Ormeño, and I am a future superintendent.
I am Sierra Brewer, and I am a future school psychologist.
I am Dr. Ashley Lynette Gray, future U.S. College President.